Hi, and welcome to the Hook and Needles podcast. My name is Talia, and I am wearing my typical I just rolled out of bed look for the podcast, and I apologize for that.
Bedhead.
I'm wondering if I need to grow it out again just so I can pull it back in a ponytail and no one will know that I just rolled out of bed.
You hate it. Excuse me.
It's driving me insane. Anyway, once again, my name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy on Ravelry and on Plurk, and everywhere else.
I'm Marlisha. I'm also known as Lady Furnico on Ravelry and Plurk, and as Shadowlight or Shadowlight 1 on most of my writing sites.
The podcast is on Ravelry. Most of the time it's on Blip, Blogger, and WordPress as well. Well, it's always on Blip. I've been kind of lazy about putting on the websites. I need to be more consistent with that. So yeah, look for us. Look for the podcast on Ravelry, and if you like using the Blogger or WordPress, look for us there too. I'll try to keep that more updated. Kind of squinting because the light's in our eyes, but it allows for better lighting of the project.
Yeah, it's just about 3 p.m. here, so sun's starting to go down a little bit. That's our western light over there. So.
And those who are wondering why I get up around 3 p.m., this isn't just me being incredibly lazy. I work night shift. I'm a night nurse. So I worked last night. I just got up and rolled out of bed so I could podcast for you all. So 99.9% of the podcasts I do with you, I've just rolled out of bed. I haven't even eaten breakfast yet. Not that I eat breakfast anyway. Anyway, make sure to grab something nice to drink. I have some hot tea. It's St. Dalfor organic strawberry tea. Well, there we go.
There's a glare there.
Yes. It is super hot right now, and I don't like drinking my tea while it's hot. I like to be able to actually taste my tea instead of having my mouth scalded.
I can taste my tea when it's hot.
And I like to be able to feel like I can talk afterwards instead of having my throat scalded.
Nothing stops you from talking.
Lack of sleep can, as can.
Stop, or this would be very hot on your lap.
That'd be a bad idea.
Anyway, I'm having vanilla chai tea.
No change for her. She doesn't mix it up.
I don't feel like mixing it up just yet. I go through phases. This is what I want right now.
And this phase has lasted about 5-10 years.
Your nose is growing, Pinocchio.
It's lasted pretty long.
No, I usually had in the afternoons my other teas.
I can't remember the last time you had a tea other than chai.
You were at college for a while.
Still, that's about 5 years.
But I haven't had tea in the afternoon for a long time. I just started having tea in the afternoon recently. Again. But anyway, that's
and
neither here there.
She's been having chai tea in the afternoon.
Anyway.
So, we can review. I guess I should probably give an update. For those of you who follow me on Plurk, saw when I posted on Wednesday that I gone into work and found my heart rate in the 160s, and had to go to ER. I bought myself, Wednesday night and Thursday night off, which meant I only worked one night last week. I'm okay. We have no idea what caused it. I have no history of heart rate going.
One history.
Well, I don't know how fast it got because I never checked it.
You have one history.
And that was a really bad night that night, and I had like a pot of coffee because
she had one other history.
Yeah.
Regardless of the reason.
But that was over 2 years ago.
Yeah. Scared everybody.
Well, I don't think I let you guys know, actually.
Yes, you did.
Did I? I can't remember. That was too long ago.
If you didn't let me know, you'd be even more trouble.
I can't remember.
You let us know.
I didn't even bother seeing a doctor about that time. I knew it was stress.
Oh, Winchester?
Yeah, the Winchester.
Daddy was over there.
No, that was when I had chest pain.
Yeah.
The other time was when I came home. My heart was pounding all the way home.
Yeah, she does. She gets into trouble. Now, we will have a discussion about this one after the podcast.
Oh, that was over. No,
we will have a discussion. Anyway.
Anyway, there was no issue this time. I didn't even feel symptomatic. My fingers were a little tingly. And I felt weird enough that I checked it in the first place. I was double checking my equipment when I went to work because I carry a little finger monitor with me that keeps an eye on the oxygen level and the heart rate, just for my patients usually. And I, on a whim, took it out of my scrub pocket before I went to work, and my heart rate was in the 130s, 140s. And I double checked it at work, and I got up to 160, so they told me I couldn't work that night. So instead I knitted on my Ho Aloha, so. That's what I just didn't want to work.
Relaxing. Relaxing.
Oh, yeah. I need to, like, snap this thing off or something.
Well, don't do it.
I don't even notice I'm doing it. I don't even notice I'm doing it. This is the real reason why I knit, because I've told one of my coworkers this. She was like, "Oh, you seem to be a pretty fast knitter." I'm like, "Well, I knit constantly. If I have my hands free, I'm knitting, because otherwise I'm playing with things, and I'll be one of those people who breaks stuff, and I don't even realize I'm playing with it until someone calls me on it."
She breaks things a lot.
I never break anything.
Yes, you do.
Ever.
That's because I'm always saying, stop that. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down.
Because you're with me 24/7.
Whenever you're with me.
Happened to me again. Let's put the tea down.
Step away from the tea.
And grab the knitting instead. I haven't knit on the podcast in a little while. I like holding the tea, but I'm afraid I'm hurting your guys' ears by messing with the.
It's not that loud. I was listening to it.
It's not okay.
No, it's not that loud. Just don't do it as much. That's all.
I don't notice I'm doing it until someone says something. Anyway, that's just the update. No reoccurrence. I went to the doctor. I don't have to wear a heart monitor or anything. I'll get an echocardiogram, which is basically an ultrasound of your heart. So at some point I'll get that just to make sure nothing wacky's going on. It probably was nothing.
She wasn't sleeping real well. She had slipped her schedule, so I think that might have something to do with it.
Because actually there's a few night shifters. A girl who's about my age, who was switching back and forth, who had to be put on beta blockers because her heart rate went up. So night shift is crap on your on your body, and I was well aware of that when I started. So I still prefer nights to days. Anyway, that's the updates. No, it's just, hey, you complain the whole time when you're the one. The one time we did in the morning and she was unprepared, you should have heard her. Oh my gosh, you look horrible, man.
Yeah, but not on the podcast.
Oh, so I'm just more honest than you are.
No, it's more obvious. And besides, you knew this was happening. I didn't. Moving along.
Okay, do you have any updates?
I've been working on the Nicole blanket, which is the half log cabin armor blanket by Pearl Soho.
I meant personal updates, but we'll go into this.
I don't have any personal updates.
Oh, okay.
They don't want to hear about my personal life. There's nothing. I'm boring. Nice. We paid off our house today.
Yay! That is exciting.
Paid off our house. I'm excited. So that's personal, I guess, right? Yay! Paid off our house. Okay. Wire the money in this morning, I mean. Moving into knitting and crocheting, which is really what you wanted to hear about. I am working on, I worked a little bit on my Nicole blanket. I still haven't switched the colors because I didn't do a whole lot of work until just a couple days ago. Oh, I lost my cap. There it is. I'm at the point where I'm going to be binding off on this so I can add the next color. And this is the color I've been working on. You can see there's not very much left. And this is the color. It doesn't look very much different, but it really is. It's hard to tell with the glare in here.
Let me lower, because it doesn't have the lighting if the glare is that far. Will you let me know if it looks better? Oh, I think it's this one here.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. You can see that this is just a little bit darker, and then from here I'm going to move on to the green. It's not, like I said, it's not very hard to do.
Your shadows are tacky.
Excuse me. It's not a difficult project. It's all garter, and once you bind off, you have to pick up stitches. The fun thing about it is that the pattern tells you to either turn it 90 degrees or flip it over and then pick up the stitches. So you're changing colors and you're following that. And I'm going to ask Taya to help me with that because it's been so long since I've done that. I want to make sure that the wrong side stays on the wrong side, and I don't end up having this on both sides. I want it to have right side on one side and the wrong side on the other side.
Although if you're turning the piece, it doesn't really matter because this isn't your bind off. This is where you picked up stitches.
Right, but it has to be turned over, and then I add the stitch. I just want to make sure that I add the stitch on the right side.
Yeah, it won't make that much difference. I'll help you get on the proper side, but it won't make that much of a difference.
So this is making progress. I hope that next week when I podcast with Talia that I will be on the other color. Because I'll probably take this when I go visit my parents because it's a easy knit to do in the car when we travel. So
I guess it's my turn. And I'll just show what I'm working on right now because it's in my hands.
You don't have any? Oh, you do. Okay.
Well, first of all, I did work on the Christine socks, but I only did like a row and a half or something like that. So it's not really enough to show. So this is a project I started for our Autism Awareness Cow. It's the Rainbow Poncho. That's what I'm calling it. Apparently for ponchos, I like French patterns. Well, this one's Italian, but
foreign patterns.
I like foreign patterns, but particularly French, because the ones I liked were all in French, and I couldn't understand them. And I forgot that I had the podcast group that helps with translating. Not the podcast group, the Ravelry group that helps with translating. Not that it would have given it quick enough for me. But this pattern here is free. It's Italian, but it had an English translation. It's Kappa Passepartout. It's like the character in Around the World in 80 Days.
Kappa Passepartout? Passepartout. Yeah, that's Passepartout. Yeah, French.
Yeah, even though it's an Italian pattern.
I'm not sure.
Kappa and then the name of the character from Around the World in 80 Days.
Passepartout or Passepartout. Is the character French?
Yeah, he is.
Passepartout?
I think that's how his name is spelled.
Well, that would be too sweet, but I don't know. My French is very rusty.
And it's an Italian pattern.
We need to ask Lindsay.
But it's an Italian pattern.
But the name is French.
Okay. Well, yeah, because it's like the name, the character from the Around the World in 80 Days.
Lindsay, get back to us and tell us how it's pronounced, please.
It's Kappa, and then the last part of it is Passepartout. That sounds more correct, Passepartout. I think that's how he has it pronounced in the book. And it's by Francesca Flori. Making it for me using US 8. I only half did a swatch for it. I did a little bit. I'm like, meh, it's fine. And then tore out the swatch. So it's not the size; it's my own fault.
But it's a cowl, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not a cowl. It's a like a poncho kind of thing. It has a neck.
Yeah, it should be.
And then it's loose around the.
Unless you have it huge or something.
Yeah.
Or tight.
Yeah, it's. I'm using the yarn by Kimberly R and KR Dye Works.
She's fantastic. You should try her yarn.
It's called Rainbow Gradients. I'm working it because it says to hold fingering yarn double. I'm holding this double. Hold on.
Believe it or not, this is a rainbow yarn.
Yes, even though you see only 2 of the colors right now. Hold on. Let me lift this up.
It's very dark in here, but it looks almost purple on the
Well,
screen.
actually, this is pretty. You see, they can see the red and the purple.
Yeah. Red. Well, it's red and blue. I guess it is red and purple.
It is red and purple.
Yeah.
Right now it's red and purple. There we go. That's a pretty accurate representation. It's red and purple. It's actually maybe not quite as bright as it is in reality.
The screen is not as bright as the yarn?
The screen.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll show you the look of the actual yarn.
Well, it's pretty close to this.
Yeah. It's pretty close to what I'm actually keeping it in.
Well, the top part of it.
Yeah, the top part.
It's really got all these colors in it. Yeah, that's good. Well, no, turn over this way, Ty. There you go.
That's what it looks like. So I'm working from each end of the yarn. I'm working the purple here and the red right now, held together. And then I guess it'll be orange and blue and yellow and green.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty. It'll be interesting.
Yes, it will be. I would have enjoyed having actually grade 8 like it's supposed to, but because it has to be held 2 together, that won't be happening. But I love the way this looks.
Isn't it gorgeous? Kimberly has some wonderful yarn on her
And the repeats
website.
are long. It's all, I mean, you can see how long the repeats are.
And she has, isn't she the one with like 500 yards, 590 yards or something like that?
This was like 500 and something. Yeah,
because,
I forget.
Because Ty has this one that I got her for Christmas, and she got me Blue Dress, which is the same person, and it's like 560 yards per skein. It's a very generous amount of yarn that you get for what you pay, and it's beautiful, beautiful yarn.
I'm going to show you what I'm making. Let's see.
Excuse me, I don't mean to drink in front of you, but I'm kind of cold.
Yes, she does.
I'm freezing.
You totally intend to drink in front of them.
Well, we mentioned that they should grab their drinks.
Yes, exactly.
The only thing I don't care for on that is the turtleneck.
Well, I'm not going to do the turtleneck and tie.
Make it a cowl neck, right?
Yeah. There we go.
It's really pretty.
So that's what it looks like. I'm not going to do the turtleneck and tie. I'll just do it to a certain point because I don't want to miss all the color repeats by rolling it over. Besides, if I want to add more length, then I can.
It's a pretty crochet pattern that's similar to that.
And then there's that as well. So
I like the stitches in the bottom. Pretty.
See,
some lace, look at the lace pattern here.
This here, the bottom. This is cable here.
No, down here.
Oh no, that's just increases. I can tell you that much right there.
Okay.
On the bottom though, I think that looks like, I'm not giving anything away because it's a free pattern.
Seed stitch?
That's, no, it's not seed stitch. That's just plain not stockinette, the opposite of stockinette.
Garter?
Garter. That's just plain garter there.
Very pretty.
There we go. Get back to where it belongs. Get back. Get back. Get back to where you once. I'm out of tune slightly. I'm not a huge Beatles fan. So I can't quite hear the tune in my head. But yeah, that's what I am currently working on in my hands.
Okay, now my Nicole is hanging out still in my lowest. Well, I call it my Monet bag, but it probably isn't. In my Sherlock Holmes bag from Tangerine Designs, I've got a project that I haven't worked on in a while.
I have my help.
Oh, actually, this is not the project I was thinking of. This is a project I've decided that I might be frogging the whole idea. This is the square I was working on before.
And she's not enjoying it, so she really should frog it.
I'm not really enjoying it. I figured out what I did wrong. It's puckering a lot, which I really don't like. I'm not a big fan of squares. So I think I'm so excited. I found a RAV group. I forget what it's called. They do mystery cowls and they do blocks and things like that for knitting. But I was looking at it, and the lady puts out easy, beginner, and intermediate squares, like she did for 2012. I forget what it was called, Fragments of 2012 or something like that. Anyway, if I can find the RAV group, I'll either post it myself or give it to Talia in my notes, and she can post it, and I'll link it. We'll link it because if I'm going to do squares, I think it's going to have to be something like that. I want to learn to knit. It looks like it's bite-sized chunks instead of giving me something that's huge and just kind of starting and yet still trying the new concepts right away, not just kind of putting it off and putting it off. But I think in the meantime, I'm not going to be doing any more crocheted squares. I'm just not enjoying them. I don't want to. And it just sits there in my bag, and then I feel guilty because I haven't done one for the month of February. Well, I did 2 in January, so I have one for February, but that's not the point. I don't really want to do this, so I'm not going to. So this is probably the last you'll see of this square because I don't want to do it anymore.
That reminds me, I need to think of what square I'm going to start for my March, for my Justice League. I'm thinking either Flash or Green Lantern, although I've got a lot of red going right now. Maybe I should do Green Lantern.
Well, I might pick up another crocheted square if I can find one that I like. I like the ones that are flat and they have the pretty designs, but they aren't having puckery designs in the middle that you can pull it apart. I might do something like that, but I'm not pushing myself. I'm not worried about it. If I get something to put up in Kathy's Knit Nerds.
Knit Nerd has a cowl going on. If you don't know about it. It's a year-long thing, just for, fun and giggles.
I think she has prizes for it, too.
You're right. She might have prizes.
Check it out. She gets so excited when people put in their projects, and she's so supportive. She really, truly is.
It's you're trying to make a not granny. You're trying to make a
sampler.
A sampler Afghan by the time you're done.
And it doesn't have to be knit or crochet. It can be either or both. I believe Kathy's doing a mixture of both.
Yeah, I think she is.
Which I'd never heard of. I think it's a neat idea.
I'm doing for that particular cowl a Justice League one. Justice League blanket. I don't like making blankets, and this is as close to making blankets I'm gonna get.
Aside from the baby blanket.
And then after this year, after those 2 blankets, I'm done. No more blankets ever.
That's what she said before. Never have another blanket. We'll see.
I've never completed a blanket. Still.
Yeah, but you said never ever.
But I've never completed a blanket.
You will. For Josh and Mel, you will.
Yes, I love Mel.
Okay.
And that's not Mel the podcaster. It's Mel my college.
You don't love Mel the podcaster? She hates you, Mel.
No!
She just said it right out of her mouth.
That's not what I said.
You heard her with your own 2 ears.
It's your tea? I love Mel the podcaster, too. I mean Mel, my college roommate now.
You don't like Mel, your college roommate?
Yes, I can't stand her.
Well, every night you said, good night, Mel.
Good night.
Sleep.
Good work. Good night. Good work. Sleep well. I'll most likely kill you in the morning. We used to say that every night.
Princess
Bride quote. And we freaked out an orientee when someone who was
not
orientee. We freaked out someone who was visiting the campus. She slept in our room, and she just stared at us because we look at her like, good night, good work, sleep well. I'll most likely kill you in the morning. And the visitor's like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with these 2 people? Well, it's better than what another one of our friends used to say. She said, I hope you rest with the angels.
But that's such a nice thing to say.
Well, when you say that, it sounds like, I hope you die tonight.
That's not what you say. You're morbid. Do you have something else to show?
Yes, I do. But, yes, the blanket's not for Mel the podcaster. It's for Mel, my college roommate, Mel. Other projects. This is the one I've been working on almost exclusively, and if you are doing this, Cal, or do not want this ruined for you, oh, yes.
Talia said she wanted Rainbow to make an appearance for the podcast during the Autism Awareness Cal.
So it's not during the Autism Awareness Cal right now, but...
Well, it is the Cal. It's just not during that segment. So he decided that she was taking too long. Okay. Rainbow.
But... This is Study in Scarlet, the Ho Aloha Mystery Cow by Mel Ski. Well, Mel we were talking about. Now my college roommate Mel. And
it was very sweet.
Which one?
Both. I don't know how to answer that question. Not a problem. I went to college.
Anyway, I'm making it for me. Don't distract me using US 6s.
You're off the picture.
She was complaining because she was out of the picture like half the time last time, and now
we're both in the picture.
Yay! At one point I used US 5s as well as US 6s. I'm using Stone Hedge, Fiber Mills, Shepherd's Wool, and the Garnet colorway. I let someone feel it at work to show them what the yarn looked like and everything, and she's like, "Ooh, I like this color. Ooh, I like this yarn."
Mine.
Well, she doesn't knit or crochet, so she was just enjoying the feel of it. The first time I was actually teaching to knit. I took my 30-minute lunch break last week. One of the rest
last week? Last night. This morning the clerk said she did this. This morning.
So. It was actually technically this morning because it was around 3 o'clock that I took my...
No, I was up already and you hadn't clerked when I got on at the beginning.
Oh, okay. So maybe
it was about 4.
Maybe it was around 4. Well, I clerked around 4, but I took my break around around 3.
Right.
So around 3 when I took my break, I called the respiratory therapist who she's in a couple weeks back. She's like, "Oh, I really want to learn how to knit, but we've been so busy that she hasn't had a chance to pull her needles up to the floor." She's like, "You're the only person I know in the whole world who knows how to knit."
Very sad.
So I was like, "Well, come on up to the floor and I'll, teach you how to knit." And when I got my lunch break this week, I made sure to call her, and we took my half-hour lunch break to sit there and knit. She has those size 10, humongous straight needles. So, like, for one thing, she has a little difficulty with her left hand. Just she doesn't have as much dexterity in that hand. Like, for one thing, you should probably, if you want to knit, get circulars. And I let her feel my circulars that I have in the Ho Aloha. And she's like, yeah, that's a lot easier.
I don't like those big, huge things. They hurt my wrist.
And I felt bad for her because she's trying to learn how to knit
Mm-hmm.
with this, and she's trying to stick things in her arms. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's just so awkward. So I told her to look online for circulars. Taught her 2 different kinds of cast-ons. I taught her long tail, and I taught her the provisional cast-on. And next time I saw her, after our lunch break was over, she was practicing, I guess, down at respiratory therapy office or whatnot. And she came up and was like, I got the cast-ons you taught me down, both of them. She's like, but I still can't get it from one needle to the next. I was like, it's okay, for half an hour, getting the cast-on down is a good thing.
Yep. Especially 2 of them.
Especially 2 of them, yeah. So she'll keep trying, and next time I see her, we'll work on the first row in particular. And which means she got Slipknot down, too. She was having some difficulty with Slipknots as well. Anyway, that's a bit of a side note. The Ho Aloha, we're to be listening to mysteries or watching mysteries or reading mysteries while we're doing this. I was doing a lot of Agatha Christie while I was doing this, and then I was watching some Psych, which kind of counts as mystery.
Comedic mystery.
Basically, I've been watching anything. I've been doing everything. At any point when my hands are free, for the most part, I've been working on this. Okay, if you guys are doing this, Cal, and don't want to have this ruined for you, look away. Look away. And it might seem that there's needles everywhere, but I'm using fixed needles to hold my sleeves in place. I'm using like size 1, size 2s to hold stitches for my sleeves.
Looks like an octopus.
It does.
An octopus is missing 2 legs.
And it's kind of...
It's really pretty.
All over the place.
Gone pretty far. It looks like a cropped shirt right now.
Yeah. The cut, I tried it on, and the cut of it is really good. Let me see if I can find where the cut is. It is... Oh, that's why, because I'm... That's not where it is. Yeah. I think it's the other way. There we go. Okay. It's hard to tell when it's in the middle of knitting it, right? So, there's the beginning of the bottom. And that's the thing you see at the bottom, that's her half rib pattern. And I'm working the button band with that. And I don't want to give too much away other than showing it because...
People might not have looked away.
Well, people might not have looked away. And also, this is a paid-for pattern. It's a mystery pattern. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to give too many details. But I can't wait to pick up for the sleeves. I can't wait to finish this part. It's been a fun knit. It was funny. I'm going to put this away. But I love this. I love the color and everything.
Don't get too close to the tea. Make it stay.
Oh. Well, move your tea.
Well, no.
Oh, you can't see the little bit of blue specks right now.
Well, it's very, very...
It's kind of... We'll kind of white it out right now because of the light coming down. But it's got slight blue specks in here.
You close the curtain.
Well, I closed this one here, but it's still bright in here.
It's still open a little bit.
Well, it is open a little bit. I just didn't want the sheen right on us. I don't want to take away all the lights. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I have to thank Amy from Knitting in Circles for mentioning this this particular cow before she started it, because then I was able to jump in on it, and it's been an amazing experience. Thank you for being the one to write this stuff down this time.
Only while you're doing your cow part.
So it's been an awesome...
Please don't be able to read it.
It's been an awesome experience, and I would totally do one of Mel's cows again.
I'm actually hoping that she'll do one. Could
you put Mel's name down there too? Thank you. So I can make sure to mention her. I actually was able to start before Amy did because Amy's yarn didn't come in as quickly as mine did.
I wonder if she did something to the UPS man.
But I think she's almost, I want to say she's close to being caught up, or she's already caught up.
I don't know if I'm up to speed with their podcast yet. When do they normally?
Oh, and you know what? I don't think I did start before her because, or maybe I was a little ahead of her because she had already podcast showing it before I podcast showing mine. So
She showed it?
Yeah, she did.
I think I'm all caught up. I don't remember showing it, but that,
Well,
I may have been listening more. Sometimes I listen to them while I'm doing builds.
Hers is of that
Woolies or whatever it is.
you know that one yarn that everyone's using right now, like the shepherd's
It's a fisherman's wool.
Fisherman's wool, yeah, with that oatmeal colorway.
Yeah.
That's what hers is, I think.
I thought she did something else with that, but
No, that's this
okay.
sweater.
They're so dry.
Maybe my tea's actually done. But yeah, that's 20 million years later. That's my study in Scarlet.
Okay. Ouch.
It's actually funny. I had a friend who lives in California. He messaged me and he was like, "So, how much does it cost to knit a pair of socks?" I'm like, "Well, if you get a nice yarn, it's like $25, and you know, DPNs I think are about $5. I don't remember.
Depends on what size you get.
Yeah, and I honestly don't remember what DPNs cost. I'm like, "Why are you thinking of starting to knit?" He's like, "Well, yeah, 'cause you know, clothes are so expensive now." And I started laughing. I'm just like, okay, you don't start knitting because it'd be less expensive, because a sweater yarn could be, to buy enough for a sweater, it could be almost $100.
Depending what kind you get, what size. And he's not a small guy. I mean, he's not a big guy, but he's not a small guy.
The mental picture of Paul sitting there knitting. Yeah. I can't quite picture it.
No, doesn't quite fit in my head. Excuse me.
Her lips start bleeding. So yeah, I was like, and it takes, I told him it takes about 2 months, if that's nothing, the only thing you work on, it can take about 2 months to do a sweater. He's like, well, I guess it's like getting, but I told him it could last longer, it's for the experience as well, it's something you're proud of, you know, measure the pros and cons. And he was like, so it's like buying what was it, electric car, where it costs more expensive but it lasts longer. I'm like, yeah, I guess you could say that.
With the proper care.
Yes, with the proper care.
Oh, driving me nuts.
But yeah,
I do apologize.
It made me giggle that he was talking like he's gonna reel. I don't know. Maybe he'll surprise me. He'll pick up a pair of needles. But I just can't picture him knitting in my head.
Okay. Darn it.
What did you do?
My lips are so darn dry right now. Okay. I picked up, this is the project I was telling you about earlier that I hadn't worked on in a while. It used to be called Pretty in Pink. Now it's called Sorbet, and it's for Davina. This is a color. It's very similar to Denise's colorway. I think Denise's is probably a little prettier than this, but it's knitted, and it's called the. You have my pet. I need my.
Meow. Meow.
Yes.
Meow.
You write it in yours.
I wrote it on yours.
It's called the Lacy Keel Scarf Pattern by Stephanie Japal, and I started this on a Craftsy class a long time ago, and I put it away because other things took my attention. But you can see that I've done a little bit. It's kind of teaching me different knitting skills. I've done a little bit.
And actually, the color is pretty good in here. It's just a little bit washed out. That's all.
You can see the lace on the top.
See if I can. Just right now, I think Davina's in the next room.
Okay. We should.
I can hear her making little noises.
So you can see this. I'm almost done with this part of it. There's a couple more knit and purl rows. I think there's a couple more knit togethers for the decreasing, and then knit and purl rows, and then I bind off and I start the second half, which I think is pretty much straight knit. Might have some purl in it, but it's nothing like this, I don't think. And hopefully, I would like to finish this in the next couple of weeks so I can do something else. And it's not overly hard, it's just I kind of got bored with it. Well, bored's not the right word. I got busy with other things, and so I put it aside.
Busy with things that interested you more.
Well, the toy along and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that tells you how old this is if it's from toy along.
Oh, before the toy along. I mean, I just
BTA.
BTA, yes. I just,
Before toilet?
I'm not really good about continuing crafty classes. I love them. I think they're fantastic, but I usually take what I need and I don't
Yeah,
go
that's
back.
what I do too.
So I need to go back and see what else she has to tell me and finish this up. But I'm having a good time with it. I really like it. I'm using a Cascade Kaleidoscope DK yarn, and I don't know what the colorway is. I lost the band for it. Um, and I'm not sure how long the cord is on my US 7 needles, but they're circulars. I think they're fixed circulars. I think they're fixed circulars that I'm using.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, yeah,
No, they're interchangeables.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was a little disjointed.
Yeah.
The other thing, and I'm going to say it real quick because I don't have it out here, is I did start to work on my nativity, but not enough to show you any progress on it. I may start over again because I may go down a needle size, a hook size, but I did start it. That's Denise from the Knitting Den's fault. She got me. Yes, it's her fault.
I just wanted to make sure I wrote down her name there.
Yes,
Okay.
she motivated me, so thank you, Denise.
Well, I don't have any other whips because I only have the two that I really worked on. That goes into your FOs.
Okay, FOs. I am wearing one of my FOs. This is the River Dances, which is from the Shawlette pattern by Sue Hilger. And it only took me like less than a week to do this.
And you're using Serenity's Child yarn.
Yeah, the Child of Serenity yarn, which is
River
Lady
Tam.
Pearl,
Yeah.
Lady Pearl's yarn.
And the yarn, I mean, this is such a River Tam colorway if you're a Firefly fan.
Take a look at it.
I mean, that screams River Tam.
It's very pretty. It called for 28 to 29 inches of chain. I lengthened it to 31, so I ran out of yarn. It still works really well, but I think if I were to do it over again, and I probably will do this over again in another color, I will probably do the same number of chains, but I will use 2 skeins of sock yarn so I can make it like more of a shawlette than this. This is almost a scarf, and it would have been about this much wider, I think, if I had enough yarn. I want it to be wider than that even. I really love the pattern. It falls really well. It doesn't need to be blocked. I know people have blocked it, but the pattern doesn't say anything about having to block it. It's a really fun crochet. It's a really easy crochet. The repeats are very easy to memorize. And I didn't think I was going to like wearing this color, but I do. It's a very. I'm not a big pink person.
Well, it's not really pink, it's solid.
I'm not even much of that. I put it on my list for some reason, and Davina got it for me for my birthday because it was on my list, which I love it, but it's not one of my favorite colors. I'm surprised at how much I wear it. I've worn it 3 or 4 times already, out of the house and to church and things like that. So, and my husband really liked it, so that's always a plus.
He's hard to please.
He really is. So this is my first one. You see,
but he's a good critical.
Yes, he is. Oh, and he's very proud of what we do. So,
oh yes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that it came out right.
Yeah.
I don't have an FO.
Okay.
So.
I have one more FO for the Autism Awareness Cal. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not Rainbow. Rainbow was last week. This is Happy, the hippo.
For our CCD kids.
For our CCD kids and for the Cal. You remember he was only this part.
You have them out of the screen.
One of these, and half of this. So.
And he's made out of cotton.
He's made out of cotton yarn. This is sugar and cream, I think it is.
Although, you know, the back loops really help to, like, you still see a bit of the stuffing, but it really helps to hide the stuffing.
I'm getting better with my seaming, which I'm happy about. This is a Stacy Chalk pattern. It's a free pattern, which I was really surprised because originally it was not a free pattern, and it is now. I used 20 millimeter eyes instead of the 12 she opted for.
Are his eyes straight or are they?
Yes, they are straight.
Okay, it's just the color.
Well, it's also the fact that he's got his head tilted a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Because I went around, I did this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, it was fun making this. Actually, the hardest part to do was the ears. I think that I would next, because you have to fold them and then you have to sew them so they have a little bend in the ear. So next time I would just kind of sew the bottom together, which is what I did on the second ear. But I love him. I think he turned out really well. I think the kids will like him, but they don't get to keep him. He's mine. He's really a solid a solid stuffed toy.
He's probably one they can. Well, we still won't let them throw or whatever.
No. Yeah, they'll.
But he will survive there.
Well, the limbs are on, but I wouldn't want them like pulling and tugging and stuff. So and he sits real well and everything. I'm really happy. He got a lot of comments on Ravelry already, so I'm happy that people like him. He's very bright and colorful. He will be entered into the Cal Chatter page thread because he cannot be entered into the actual project page. I probably will enter him into Lemnit Crochets, Colorful Cal, but so that's happy. And those are my FOs. And by the way, please do check out Lemnit Crochet's
I think her
cow.
Colorful Cow.
Her Colorful Cow for the histiocytosis
HLH
fundraiser for her best friend Josh, who died of a rare disease about 4 years ago. So, it's well worth checking out. They're about 80% of their goal. I think that's what.
Because they have a fundraiser and they have a knit.
Yeah, that's what I think it was that Wolf Farms, that Knit and Wolf Dawn was saying that they have like $1,000 or something, or $1,500, something like that. They're about 80%, and I think they're going to probably do really well if people keep
going,
not subscribing, donating the way they have been. So thank you for that. Please continue to go over there and help with this. But stop by us too, and do our autism awareness. We need awareness too. So
then since we talked about your
do we want to bring Davina in here to show her thing for the calendar?
Yeah, let's do that. Davina, hold on. Oh, let me put this on pause. Okay, now you're on.
Okay, this is Davina. Okay, why don't you show your project, Davina?
I'm ready for my close-up.
This is a scarf I made for my Aunt Carmen. You see, it's all bright colors. I made it in honor of Autism Awareness Month, and I thought that as long as I decide to make something for Autism Awareness Month, why not make it a scarf? And why make it a scarf? Why not make it for Aunt Carmen? I think she'd love that.
Is this red heart very bright? Red heart yarn?
Yeah, this is red heart yarn.
What color is this?
This is like Mexicana. This variegated one is Mexicano, and I also used the cherry red and royal blue.
Oh, so you have 3 different colors.
Yeah, she would go multicolor.
Very nice.
Multicolor plain.
It came out very nice, Davina. Now, Davina,
are you gonna leave the ends?
I'm gonna leave the ends out.
So you're gonna let her have a little fringe?
Yeah.
Kind of a. And Davina says that this can be worn as a scarf.
And a belt.
And a belt and a sash.
Daddy got really kind of Daddy when Daddy heard of it, he kind of got a little bit wisecracky about it and said, how about earmuffs for when she oh no, he said a blindfold so when she
No, I said a blindfold.
No, he said a blindfold.
Daddy said a gag.
He said a gag, and he also said a blindfold. He said a blindfold for Donald O'Connor movies.
Dad would probably say Donald O'Connor movies.
Yes, Daddy would say Donald. Another story.
Okay, yeah, but that's Davina's.
This is her.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. This is her scarf. She may be doing a blanket as well, but that might not be finished. If she gets it finished or gets close to finished before we finish the cowl, we'll have her come on again and show it to us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Davina?
Kiddo. Yeah.
I'm gonna put this on pause
You're
again
welcome.
so you can go back. Say bye.
Say bye.
All right, we're back.
Okay. Davina is doing the cowl with us, but she will not be posting in the group or be eligible for prizes because she cannot enter. She cannot be on the internet. She's not allowed on the internet for various reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Just safety reasons, basically. We don't know who she made friends with on the internet, so she is not allowed on the internet, but she is doing it with us in spirit, and she's really excited about it, and very excited to be able to share her projects with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go into much with the autism awareness facts and things this week. I'm going to try to space them a little bit because we have such a long
period
cowl.
of time.
I don't want to inundate you and bore you to tears. I do want to make you more aware. I think Davina handled that beautifully for us today with her blanket and just being on the podcast.
I know we mentioned before, but Davina has Asperger's, which is an autism spectrum disorder. Some people with Asperger's can go to college and live
well, some can live very normal lives.
Yeah.
And get married and everything. But Davina has, it's not just Asperger's, autism disorder. She also has developmental delays and things like that. A lot of times, some of these children or adults will have not just autistic spectrum, but something else. And
Some
Davina,
other DSM-4 diagnosis.
PDD or something like that. So she has developmental delays and ADD and a couple other things that we don't need to go into. But so she is with us, and that's fine. That's great. We have her home. We love her having her here. Okay.
That covers autism. That means it's
Yes.
on to my stash enhancement.
Next on the hooks and needles. Yeah, I think we basically covered that.
Yeah, because we don't really do the next on the.
Well, we don't really hold to it. I mean, aside from the nativity and the cow, anything goes for me, and Talia just kind of does what she does. So we'll move on to stash enhancements, of which I have none. It's all hers.
I know that it is Lent, so I'm not buying stuff. I can on the weekend because the weekend doesn't count as 40 days of Lent. Still, I'm trying to limit how much I spend on the weekend. I did, however, have a gift card for Amazon that was a nice size gift card, so pay for half of my Hiya Interchangeable Needles. That, again, it's Amy's fault that I picked these up from Knitting in Circles.
I don't think she cares that it's her fault. I think she's rather pleased with herself.
Yes. It's a very nice set. This is the smaller of the two sets. It has size 2s to size 8s. I love the case.
It's so pretty.
Love
the color.
It opens up. I'm using the size 8s right now for my Rainbow Poncho. But it has markings on the needles itself.
It's hard to see, but you can kind of see it there.
Yeah.
There you go. It's not focusing very well. But
no, but it has markings. Hers has markings on the cables. Mine does not. I'm not sure if that's a recent change in design. Mine says like K10 on all the.
Well, maybe does she have the red set or does she have the blue? Maybe it's the bigger needles that have the cables with the. I don't know.
But mine does not have the cables marked. But it's a very nice set. It's a little duller than the Knit Picks needles.
And by dull, she means the points.
The points, yeah. Which is an interesting change. I haven't made up my mind yet if I prefer having duller points or not.
But it depends on the yarn.
Yeah, I think it does too. For the stock yarn, it's working pretty well. But yeah, I do enjoy these, and I like the case a lot. My other enhancement, I did not buy.
This is fun.
I walk into my room after I get up one afternoon to find a package on my bed. I'm just like, I didn't.
From?
Hang on. Don't ruin my. But I'm trying to build up a story here.
You're doing too slow.
Just completely?
No, not going to.
Okay. So I find a package on my bed. Do we need to get to be a scarf back for a gag?
Go talk.
Here. Distract. Okay. I gave her her toy. She should behave now. I found a package on my bed. But I was like, I didn't order anything. And it was from Craftsy. And I was like, well, did I order something a while ago? Well, it said inside, greetings and congratulations. You have a special spot in our community, and we want you to know it. Your passion, engagement, and support shows what Craftsy means to you. So here's a gift from us to show you what you mean to Craftsy. Please enjoy this special package of thanks.
Pretty impressive, huh?
Yes. And you're like, oh, well, that's cool. I got a little letter with it. Hello, Talia. We want to send you something special. Thank you for being such a huge supporter of Craftsy. We truly appreciate our Craftsy community and hope you continue to enjoy the site. Happy crafting with this box of goodies. And there's a signature. So, okay, I'm going to go through. I got a little tape measure, which I'm not pulling out of one of my project bags, that has Craftsy logo on it. This little Craftsy sticker, which can probably go on my car or something. I think that's what it's meant for.
Yeah, you don't want to stick anything on the window, though.
This ticket entitles me to a free online quilting class with that code. You keep
That's cool.
needles in there.
And that's by Lantern Moon.
Yes. These are little, whoopsie, handmade with love by tags.
Those are nice because they don't say crocheted or knitted or quilted.
Yeah.
They're just,
Okay, I guess it means I get into the goodness now.
That's all goodness.
Yes, it's all goodness, but this is Panda Superwash Crystal Palace yarns. Keep in mind, I did not order this. This came in.
Free.
Free. I did not even know it was coming in until it arrived. So there's that. It's got some brown and green. It's not usually colors I use, but hey, for free I don't want to.
Pretty.
Then, wait, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
Rowan Kid Silk Creation, knit or crochet one scarf from one hank, and this is Super Kid Mohair.
I guess this is one large strand.
Yeah, I think it's one
Yeah.
large strand. I've never knit with mohair or crocheted with it, so I have
That's interesting.
no idea what to do with that.
Really bright.
Yes.
Very bright fuchsia.
Yes. You only get somewhat of an idea right now. Then I have some Fiesta Gracie lace yarn.
This is
This is all free.
This is the same people who did my ballerina yarn. This is just
And
beautiful.
this is let me find the yardage.
950, you said.
Yeah, 950 yards. Okay, this alone is well worth. Like, if I gotten just this in the mail, I would be like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, so far I have shown you 4 skeins of yarn. But wait, there's more.
Oh, right, no. I like this.
People have been talking about this yarn, and I've been having some yarn envy. I didn't expect to actually get it. Cascade 220. Booyah! Kasha.
Sounds weird when you say it.
Sounds weird when you say it. Sorry.
Turtle
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cascade 220. This is, what did I say the color was? It was,
something blue. Seattle something. Puget Sound, I think it is.
Yeah, it was Puget Sound.
Because I remember that because we used to live in Seattle.
So this is Puget Sound color. Hang on, put this down there.
It's beautiful color. Absolutely gorgeous.
This is awesome. I love it. Free. 2 skeins. I might have to pick up enough for a sweater's worth at some point. Oh, look.
Beautiful.
Isn't it?
She may turn her back and find it gone.
No, it's my gift.
My colors.
They didn't give it to you. They gave
My
it to
colors.
me. They gave it to me.
You have 10 million yarn.
They gave it to me. It's my precious. I was the customer they appreciated.
Yes. Considering we threw equal business, I want. Give me.
I found them first.
Go ahead, see what's next. Do you have a bag?
I forgot the bag, yeah. And it's all kept in the craftsy bag they gave me.
It's a pretty durable bag.
So, isn't that the most awesome,
That's a big bag.
random gift ever? Like, no idea this was coming. There was no drawing I knew about, nothing. It just was like randomly, oh, hey, here's a bunch of yarn.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Bunch of yarn, shoot.
Yep. Of course, what she doesn't realize is they're going to come looking for her firstborn or whatever.
Here, you can have it. Is there more yarn?
Are you?
Happy.
Nah, you not giving happy to anyone.
Hug. Hug happy?
No, not till you put the tea down.
Happy. No, I'm hugging happy.
You're squeezing
Continue
life. I'm
on.
happy. No, I'm done. I
Do you
don't.
have any thank yous?
See, we already did the autism thing. Oh, my writing. I did work on my synopsis. I was so proud of myself. I did almost 2 pages worth on my synopsis.
Yay!
I can see the end.
Yay!
My hero is doing what he's supposed to be doing. So,
Instead of what he's not supposed to be doing?
getting rid of the villain.
My heroes never do what they're supposed to do.
Neither do mine, but I've already written the story now, so I'm doing the synopsis. He's supposed to do what he's supposed to be doing. Thank yous. I want to thank again Caffeinated Gert, Daniela, and Michelle for 3 Stitches for talking about autism awareness last week. I want to thank Catherine
Do you have
Catherine,
it down here?
who is Three
Okay.
Stitches, Kimberly, who is from Sock Bunny Knit and Fit, Kathy from Knit Nerd, and Nicole, Hot as Knitter, from Positively Knitting. They all mentioned our Cal on their podcast, and we did get new members who we hope will join into the Cal.
Speaking of which, welcome, new viewers, old
Oh,
viewers,
yeah.
all
Yeah.
viewers. We love having you.
We do.
And I'm going to welcome the new members by name to the Ravelry group as soon as she's done.
Yeah. So I think, Denise from the Knitting Den, in case I forgot her. I think I got everybody. We had multiple people who were very sweet and very effusive about promoting our Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy from Knit Nerd put a whole blurb on her what do you call it, her blog, her Ravelry group. And Hot as Knitter also put some information on her group, I believe. We really appreciate that. I know at least one of our members came from Hot as Knitter because she asked how to find us. So thank you so much for helping us in this way. It's really important to me and to Talia that we spread awareness about autism awareness. We love to have new members join us.
We have 81 members. Yay!
We may have to start looking for our 100.
Yeah.
It's a while yet, but we're thinking about it. So
Another year. Anyway, talking about new members and the light that's like chomping my face off.
Just throw Happy.
No, I put him down nicely.
Doesn't look like he got put down nicely.
He hopped.
He does not hop, in fact.
Hippos
do not
happy
in fact,
to hop. He's happy the hopping hippo.
Hippos do not in fact hop.
Hippopotamus, hip hip hooray, God made all of us.
All right.
Sorry.
You're getting creepy.
Okay. There you go. So, welcome to our new members.
We're probably scared off now.
5 new members. Oh, by the way, I'll talk to her particularly after I cover. There's Breathe Knit Love. Welcome, Jerry. Nice to have you. And this is Jerry with 2 R's and an I, so Jerri, because we have 2 new Jerrys that joined. So welcome, Jerry, who's Breathe Knit Love. Then there's Jesus Fan, whose name is Angel. I'm sorry that I don't have any, like you're asking questions of people who had done that particular crochet pattern you're doing. I've never done this pattern. I'm not sure if anyone else has. If I'll maybe try to say this on your question on the group. If you're looking particularly for answers for people who've done this pattern, if you look at the project pages of other people, sometimes it'll give answers. And sometimes if you write questions on the pattern itself, the designer will get back to you.
Right.
I'll try to provide this information in the thread you opened when you ask questions about the baby sweater you're making. It looks like it's going to be a cute baby sweater. It's just that I've never made a baby sweater, and I've never made this particular pattern.
But you did get me interested in making it. I actually...
Yeah, now she wants to make a baby sweater. So good job, Angel, Jesus Fan. Now, that might help her get started with sweaters, because she's been on the cusp of wanting to start with sweaters. And the baby sweater that you're making might get her started versus the baby sweater.
Yeah.
So,
especially since I have my hairdresser who is going to be having a baby.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
and
but I don't know if she's have a girl or a boy, but...
Well, if you do a neutral color like a yellow or something.
I'd probably do a green.
A green.
Yeah.
Then that would work. And then Davina, who's been wanting to make a baby blanket for her, would be able to.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I
have to make sure I can do it first.
Oh, you can do it.
But that's I blame it all on Angel.
So Angel, yeah.
Thank you very much, Angel.
Thanks for bringing that up in our group. We love it when people start threads. We love it when people start asking, questions, even if we haven't done the pattern, because
activity.
It's activity, and also it does things like for her now she might do that pattern. So, yeah, thank you. We also want to welcome Rose Bob, whose name is Rose.
Hello, Rose.
Pretty name that you don't hear as often as you like to anymore.
Yeah.
I always think of the book Rose and Bloom.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Then there's Pattern Whisperer.
And that's the other Jerry.
That's the other Jerry. And Pattern Whisperer, I love your Rav name.
Isn't that a great name?
That is so awesome. And also welcome to Belle's Nana, who is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. So, welcome to everybody.
Yep.
New, and thank you for returning people, for coming back.
Yes.
we're so happy to have you.
I can't believe that we are only going to barely hit an hour. I feel like we've chatted for like ever.
Well, I think we had planned originally, because Talia was supposed to have to go in at 4 or 4:30. That we had planned to kind of truncate everything. So we hadn't really planned. Like I was going to do more on autism awareness and stuff. I didn't have any plans. So.
But Davina came on.
But still, it wasn't. She didn't stay as long as she did last time.
And you know what also made a difference? I only had 2. I thought. I mean, 2 whips.
Yeah, and I had 2 finished objects. But anyway, you get a break.
Yeah. We're still going to hit a little over an hour, but not nearly as long as I think we have been getting.
And we only hit usually about an hour and 8 minutes.
So, okay. Yeah. It just feels like we're shorter this time for some reason. It looks like we're shorter this time. Okay. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's
and
all,
I'm
folks.
messing with my teacup again. So.
Yeah. That's all, folks. We are, next week, I'm not sure when we're going to be podcasting.
It'll probably be Monday.
Probably Monday. We're going to be visiting my parents for my dad's 75th birthday.
I have no idea what I'm going to get him.
I don't either. I wasn't planning to see him this weekend, so I don't know. So we're going to...
I might just say, hey, Grandpa, we're going shopping. What do you want, and I'll grab it for you. Because last time I gave him a gift, I knit him a sweater. Well, I'm not going to knit a sweater in a week. So...
See how selfish she is? I mean, why not? Okay. Anyway, stop it.
As I told Paul, a sweater when I'm working on it consistently takes at least a month or
Mom
two.
abuse. You are all witnesses. Mom abuse.
How is it she should be loved? Love. Look at her smiling.
Okay. It's time to say goodbye. We're getting silly. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next Tuesday your time, hopefully, or next Monday night or whatever. God bless. Have fun knitting, crocheting, and as Nicole always says, whatever makes your heart happy.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
God bless.